We're live. Kinda. The fever keeps coming and going. Uh, oh, jeez. So, um, yeah, if I don't seem like I'm all with it today, it's because I'm not. Right? Yesterday was incredible. Yesterday was crazy. Um, like, oh, what's going on, John Wilburn? Today is not so bad. The fever comes and goes, right? But oof, let me tell you, man. This we had the Rona when it first came out, right? Kathy and I, and that was a trip for sure. This is a completely different thing. Uh, let's see. Super Galaxy Garage. I allegedly is a self-professed motorhead. He said that in his video today. He has no mechanicals, but he appreciates what gearheads can do with old cars. A lot of people are like that. A lot of people like that. We have a lot of viewers on this channel that don't have old cars or hot rods or anything like that, but they just like the fact that other people do, and so they follow along. Wendy English, what's happening? Jerry Franks, D. Scaglione, he hates EVs as well. I don't hate EVs. How you feeling, brother? I'm hanging in there. I'm hanging in there. Casual Tony is casual. I got to wear the flannel because I got the chills. D-Scon, do I have to wear a mask watching you? 3. You need 3 masks to watch me right now. I stopped by the shop. I went by the shop, which I shouldn't have been driving. Honestly, shouldn't have been driving. And I went by the shop to get the camera so we could do it live here at the house. And the Junkyard Jet guys were there. And I'm like, stay away. Don't come anywhere. Just stay away. Oh yeah, no, we're in there, man. We're doing good. We're doing good. Fubar Fighter, remember Al Graver and the Tickle Me Pink? The Charger, funny. Well, yeah, he had a whole line of Tickle Me Pink cars, but one of them, it was a '68 Charger. I almost bought that car. It was a flip nose. It was actually it was a flip nose and flip upper half of the body. The body was cut into 3 sections. Funny cars were weird in that period of time, but yeah, I remember those cars. Yeah, but we're getting pissed. We'll beat it. We beat it the first time. We'll beat it the second time. But I'm telling you, you guys, if you're if you haven't had this round, like the first time around was really it was like a long drawn out thing. This one hits you like a just a blast, right? I was feeling things yesterday that I didn't even know existed. Like the pain was off the chain, like lower back and like kidneys. I never experienced anything like that. Today, all of that's gone. I just have like a regular fever now. I don't know, probably 100, 101. But yesterday it was a high fever and weird, crazy, intense pains in like the lower back and in the kidneys. Slower pace tonight. Yeah, I got it. It's got to be a slower pace. I'm just not there. You know, not that I ever really am, but Two Hacks Garage. I had a bad headache and my lungs hurt. See, I haven't had that at all. Gil Sylvia, 2318 Polymarine. Who would you recommend for a reverse rotation cam? Oh, geez, I don't know. There's the Poly guy, Toth. I believe Richard Toth it is. I'm not even sure. Google Toth and Poly, and he might be able to hook you up or something like that. Yes, Yes. Oh, Ron Ward, man. Yes, I am mostly upright. Mostly. Yeah, yeah. Kathy's doing much better too. This one, this one goes fast. This one goes fast. Like the last one dragged on forever. What do they call this one? What do they call this one? The Omicron or something like that, right? So this one just it just hits you like a 2x4 between the eyes, right? And then it just goes away. Uh, Rusty water sounds like right now you have the symptoms the booster gave me. I don't know anything about that stuff. Um, you may have a kidney stone. No, I'm telling you, it was just yesterday. Just yesterday. I've never had. I don't have any kidney problems or anything like that. But I'm telling you, it was just like lower back and kidneys, or like maybe that whole area, that whole region, where there was just no way to get comfortable. Like it didn't matter where you sat, how you positioned yourself. It was brutal. I couldn't sleep for more than like, let's say, like 3 or 4 minutes at a time, and I was guzzling a Nyquil. So yeah, if anybody who's going to get this, prepare. Right, I'm telling you, man, prepare. You're in for a trip. Uh, let's see. Hmm. I could be pregnant, possibly. Uncle Squirrel. Stranger things have happened. I mean, Eric, okay, Uncapper, you had that. Okay, then you know, right? Benadryl? No, man. Benadryl won't cover this. Benadryl won't cover this. Benadryl's great, but it's lightweight. Super Galaxy Garage, tingling sensations in my legs all night, insomnia, and roaming aches. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what I had today. I had like the roaming aches. Like I have it right now, actually. You know, but like the big thing is past, right? It's like Kathy had the same thing. You know, it was like 24 hours of like, right, and then it's just like regular sick. It's like so right now it's like regular flu. Am I taking vitamin, Mr. Will? Am I taking vitamins? Yeah, I've been. Uh, Gabby Poe, Tony, what do you think of motorcycle carbs on a car? I mean, they're only really practical in an inline application, you know, like a straight four, straight six. But I mean, yeah, why not? It's a fuel delivery system, and as long as the throat of the carburetor is big enough to supply the CFM that engine is going to want, yeah, why not? Oh, look, it's Uncle Kathy. Applesauce. She brought me coffee. She brought the life-giving coffee. Yes. Yes. Uh, Big Belly Racing. Oh, Tony, have you got access to ivermectin? I saw how you can make it. There's a way you can make it at home. Evidently, it's not that big of a deal, but I don't think I need it. I don't think I need it. This will be. I'm telling you, I know me, right? And within like 24, 48 hours from now, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Uh, but yeah, so far it's just been orange juice and acetaminophen coffee, right? Those are there you go. Those are that's your miracle cure for this stuff. Fubar fighter. Some people use hydroxychloroquine, but a guy like you might use hydrazine. Hydrazine sulfate is a chemical used in industry as a jet fuel. Some people use it as medicine. Yeah, well, nitromethane, believe it or not, is used as an intermediary in pharmaceutical. So there's a lot to that. I don't know about hydrazine, but nitromethane evidently, like this is, it blends with See, I'm babbling. I'm babbling. I know what I'm saying. Neil Stanich, Tony, you and Dallas going to keep passing it back and forth to each other? I have no idea what you mean by that. I have no idea what you mean. He does a Wednesday night show with me every Wednesday night. Christopher Floyd, pop a couple of zinc tablets. Yeah, I've been doing zinc. Let's see. Bleaches in medicine too. Yeah. Let's see. Chris Belvick. Hey, UT, just picked up a 79 motorhome 440 for my 66 Coronet. Any tips on increasing compression? Well, I mean, okay, they have two types of motorhome 440s. And one of them has a head that's not compatible with cars. And you'll know it's that head because it has a 5/8 peanut plug. It has a little, the small plug, not the larger one. The one that takes a 13 and 16 socket, that's the regular 440 head. The motorhome 440 head is one that takes a 5/8 socket. So if you've got those, just throw those heads away and get yourself a set of conventional big block Mopar heads. The best bet for increasing compression on that, I mean, I see there's so many different aftermarket heads out there that you can pretty much pick and choose what compression ratio you want based on the size of the combustion chamber. Just do some research on closed chamber Mopar heads, and that's your best way. The closed chamber head will bring you from like the 8-to-1 to a 9-to-1 compression, which is really all you need. So for a good running 440, we really don't need a ton of compression. Hank Reardon, this shit made my best friend so sick he didn't eat or manage his diabetes. That killed him. Oh, I'm sorry. If you have any diabetes, be sure to eat even if you're sick. I'm not diabetic. I don't have any issues. I really don't. I know somehow or another, I got to my age, I got arthritis from all of the stuff that I've broken, right? But no, I don't have any conditions like that. But yeah, I mean, what you're saying is exactly right, man. It's like, I could see because you don't have an appetite when you're dealing with it. There's no appetite. Mike Fredericks, which is your favorite project car from your 80s magazine days? Oh God, probably my 70 Roadrunner, the $12.99 for $12.99 car. Section 237. Tony, did you see any of the prices at Barrett Jackson? Pretty crazy. Kathy brought that up to me. I haven't seen it. I haven't been following anything really, but she brought that up to me this afternoon, and it's exactly what I've been saying is going to happen. Right, as this economic thing gets, you think the RONA is weird. Wait till you see the economic RONA that's brewing. Right, people with resources are going to look to park that money in valuable in commodities, in art, recognized classics, like furniture and stuff like that, right? And now cars are in that mix too, right? So people are going to look to protect their money by parking it into hard tangible assets with recognized value, recognized collector value. And that's why I'm telling you, these bottom of the barrel cars, like Slant Six Darts or 6 cylinder Novas or anything, right? 289 Torino, or it doesn't make a difference. If it's from the classic era, it's money in the bank. It's gold, and the prices are going to skyrocket on even the most basic cars. In fact, I honestly think the most basic cars are the ones that are going to have the greatest appreciation. People who are looking to protect their resources or protect their wealth, they're not necessarily hot rod people. They could care less about lumpy cams and all this other stuff, right? All they care about is it's timeless, it's beautiful, it's classic, it's desirable, right? Um, I will park my money there, and you're going to see prices for the most basic, mundane cars, things that car people have just stuck their nose up at for years. You're gonna see all those cars are going to go nuts. Let's see. Let's see. Kevin Fisher. Good evening. Taking my 5.2 Magnum to the machine shop tomorrow. If the heads have cracks, I probably will not touch them. Any ideas for a valve job? Lapping seats in a 4-wheel drive. Yeah, you just said it. Lap them yourself. Just lap the seats in. We did videos on that. There's no shortage of videos on YouTube on how to hand lap seats. Fritz Fuzzle. Hey, Uncle Tony, it would be cool to do an Engine Master YouTube channel with Andy and David Vizard. It actually would be really cool to do that. The problem is they're like 600 miles from me. So the logistics of actually getting together and doing stuff like that, not easy. You remember something about the Engine Master thing, right? Those guys have a big budget. You know what I mean? They got corporate budget. So to do what they do, right, would is beyond the means of what Andy, David, and I have. So it's one of those things like where if you can't do it at least as well as the competition does it, then don't go there. So, but that's not to say it won't change in the future. That's not to say that things like that won't evolve in the future. DD Speed Shop, what's happening, man? I heard not licking people's faces is a good way to avoid COVID. Seriously, right? Maybe you could do myth, but I don't have to myth bust it, man. I'm telling you, brother. You don't let's say you're in a gas station, right? And guy in front of you is, you don't want to walk up and lick his face for a number of reasons, but the least of which would be, you don't want the Rona. You don't want it. Go truckers. Yes, that's an amazing thing that they're doing. Todd Jones. Hi, Tony. You've been right all along about the parts. Watch the truckers in Ottawa. It's connected. I'm gonna have to catch up on that. I have a rough idea. I know the basics of what they're doing, but I don't know any of the specifics. So yeah, that is something. As soon as my head is clear, because my head is not clear right now, man. I mean, I turn on it. If I'm looking at the YouTube or I'm looking at the TV, it's just like, okay, you know what I mean? I'm not absorbing anything. Matthew Cohen, the battery recharge vid was sketchy. Vegas 660, new channel. Thank you, Vegas 660, for the super chat. Vitamin D is critical. The ones who get really sick are low in vitamin D. You need it. Ox, a pulse oximeter will help. 95 and up is good. Take care, bud. Well, thank you for the super chat. And thank you for the tip there. Um, I get a lot of sun. You can't like right now. My complexion is for shit because it's like you know what I mean. It's like I'm sick, right? I get a lot of sun. I get more sun than the average person. Maybe not so much in the winter. You know, like I'll hide just like everybody else will from the weather. But for the most part, I get a lot of sun. I like to work outside. I prefer to work outside than inside. I like the lighting. I just like the idea of the open space. So I get a lot of sun. I don't think I have a vitamin D issue. But to people who work in offices and stuff like that, um, yeah, that would definitely be a concern. Lobo GTX. How are you and Ultra Kathy? Where cheers for yeah, where we got to beat. We got to beat. We're on the road to recovery. Uh, A-hole. I am so over fuel injection. Any interest in covering a 95 TBI to carb swap on the cheap? Do it yourself. Make the video yourself, and then come on here and we'll share it. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Uh, Allie the Retro Kid, call me crazy, but since I started taking cold showers, I have never gotten sick. I don't know if that's crazy. You know, there's so there's so many things, right? Um, like like the human body, not necessarily the human body, but you know, like living organisms on this planet, and how they interrelate with certain elements and temperatures and things, right? That's like it's like way beyond what we way beyond what you can quantify through science or current science. Because remember, science is always changing. So it's entirely possible that there is something to that. Right? I don't discount anything. I don't when it comes to, I mean when it comes to mechanical things, yes, I will discount a lot of mechanical things. But when it comes to like holistic cures for things and routines and regimens and so on and so forth, I don't discount anything because there is so many different levels that our existence pivots on. You know, is it cold showers? If if that keeps you healthy, then yeah, but uh, uh, Ken in HB, thank you, sir. Thoughts on relocating the fuse box from the dark interior of the glove box on my 69 Roadrunner to a location where I can see it. It's not that bad where the fuse box is. Oh God, I mean, I imagine you could lower it and make a little bracket that swings down underneath the dash. There's plenty of wire there, so you could probably, you know, let's see. Tony, do you have a leisure suit in high school? I'm not even sure what a leisure suit is. Uh, Thumper, the sweaty fat guy, paint under the dash gray or white. No, it's on a Roadrunner on those B bodies. The fuse box is in the glove compartment, and it's covered over by a little piece of black like fiberboard. And yeah, they are a little difficult to work with. Um, let's see. Tony, what is the definitive answer to the strength of the 8 3/4? Aren't they all vulnerable where the yoke attaches to the pinion? No, no, and that's why you've got the 49 has a giant tapered section down to the yoke. I mean, honestly, the stepped yoke, the 742, you never see problems with those things. It's overkill. The 49 is overkill for most applications. The weak link on the 8 3/4 is gears. You can't get good gears from. You can only get street gears. You can't get pro gears, and ratios are limited now too. So it's just one of those things that time is it hasn't been very popular here for a long time, and there's fewer and fewer people using it all the time. So the aftermarket doesn't support them quite the way they used to. So that's just a matter of history moving forward. Time moving forward. Filled cauldron. Why does ring gap closing destroy piston? Orange juice. Once the ring gap closes, the heat is still getting to it. It can't close anymore. So now it has to do something. It has to buckle, right? It's got to take on a wave because it can't butt anymore. And when it takes on the wave, it pushes out on the ring land and busts the piston. Chris Freemason, screw the Rams 49ers. Tony is on the L. Sports ball. We're competing against sports ball? SD, with the ridiculous prices of 60s and early 70s muscle cars, what do you think of the cars from the mid to late 70s? I had a 76 Pontiac Le Mans when I was a teenager in 1983 and thought it was great. I think that anything right up to full computer control is going to be is what people are going to look for. Everybody has a different opinion on what the cutoff is, right? But the bottom line is that anything built over the last 15 years or so, 15, 20 years is not survivable, right? They have too many specific proprietary electronic components. Everything is too interrelated, so they're not survivable. So basically, it's going to be a car that's survivable is going. So it's not going to matter if it's from the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, then up until the 90s, perhaps. But beyond that, they're not survivable. And those cars won't ever go anywhere. Malaise era stuff is skyrocketing in price. Hank Reardon, yeah. Todd Jones, if someone gave you a Godzilla motor, what would you do with it? I would give it to Andy. Woods. If you plan on giving me one, just send it straight over to his place. Thank you. Rebel Dart 1968. Tony, do you recommend getting a survivable daily soon? Yes. I think that if you're just starting to think about that, you're like way behind the curve. Yeah, you should definitely be thinking about getting a survivable daily or two. How is the 273 V8? They're excellent engines. Archer Fiddler, Tony, what do you think about putting 8 3/4 ends on a 9 1/4 when narrowing? I can't afford an 8 3/4, but I have a 9 1/4 that is 4 inches too wide. It should relieve me of the C-clip problem, all right? As long as you can match the splines, yeah. The biggest problem you have with the 9 1/4 is it has a really weak carrier. From what I understand, I've never messed with one, right? But I did look into it, and when I looked into it, the spider gears are the spider gears are an issue, and the carrier itself is an issue. I believe the carriers break on those. Before you go investing any time or money into a 9 1/4, right? Look at some of the. And again, see, it's been a while since I looked into this because I was building something that I considered using a 9 1/4 for. And then after I learned as much as I did at that point, I said, nah, I'm not going to bother with this. So do some research on that. I'm pretty sure there's problems with the carriers in those. And I'm sure that somebody in here has got direct experience with the 9 1/4 that can tell you, what the deal is with them. Kyle Wagner, UT, what's your thoughts on the Ford FE series? I mean, they're okay engines. They're not exceptionally good. They're not exceptionally bad. They're kind of like right down the middle of the road. And the only thing I don't like about them is I shouldn't say the only thing. They're a little stingy in the main saddle area. The oiling systems are just weird. They're just weird. It was like it's like they took people who had problems and put them on the oiling system design team for those engines. Like they had real problems. They were emotionally disturbed, and they came up with the oiling system on the FE. So aside from that, I can't really. I can't. They're okay motors. Unity Motorsports. Andy, what's happening, man? Somebody just asked me a few minutes ago what I would do if they gave me a brand new Godzilla motor, and I says I'd send it straight to Andy. I says, if you're gonna send it to me, don't save the post. Just send it directly to Andy. So who knows? You may be getting a free Godzilla motor. Salvador Dali designed the FE oiling passages. I would believe that. I would say that Dali and perhaps maybe Dali, while being possessed by some demonic alien entity, would have designed the FE oiling system. Lane Piet. Hey UT, got a Carter AFB 600 CFM on a 351 Cleveland. The plugs look good, but when I go wide open throttle, sluggish from 3,600 to 5,400. It sounds like you're lean up there. Would changing the angle of attack on a secondary weighted butterflies help timing curve? No, yeah, okay. So you can mess with the weights on an AFB or Edelbrock, Edelbrock version AFB. You can mess with the weights and get a quicker or slower tip it, right? But it won't last that whole spread. You're talking about like it's the difference between like a little bit of a stumble or you see what I'm saying? But it won't last that whole spread. That where if you've got a dead spot that's through that range, I'm going to say you're just jetted lean. If the plugs look good, the plugs are looking good because you're driving for the most part, you're coloring the plugs. But when you get into a full run, and this is where plug reading comes in. This is why you want to do plug reading. You want to put a fresh set of plugs in the car, right? And you don't want to dilute it with around town and driving. You don't want to dilute your plugs. You want to put the plugs in the car and you want to blast it and you want to shut it off and you want to pull the plugs out, and that'll tell you the story. So you can't really go by your plug coloring on a mixed use engine, street and strip, that type of thing. But I'll almost guarantee you're just going to be lean and it's not showing on the plugs because you're driving on them. Green Auto Technology. Carb package was there the 26th. What did I think? Thank you for the super chat, Green Auto Technology. Green Auto Technology. I'm still trying to wrap my head around this. Okay. So Green Auto Technology sent me a carburetor. It's a side hung Holly I don't even know what size it is. It's probably a 600. Um, what did I think? Green auto technology. Let me get a little bit past this Rona thing that I got going on, and I'll look at that. My biggest issue right now with that is that I don't have anything in my fleet that has a similar carburetor. So it's hard for me. I can't do an apples to apples test on it. Um, that's not to say that I won't do an apples to apples test. I just don't have anything right now that I can say, oh, well, I'll just swap this onto this one. Because I just about everything I have is got either an Edelbrock or a larger Holly. So I need for me to give your carburetor a fair test, I have to line it up with a similar carburetor. So one step at a time. But yeah, I will do something like that. What do I think of it? Oh Jesus, brother man, I think you're out of your fucking mind, is what I think. But that's besides the point. I so appreciate your enthusiasm. You have no idea, right? I appreciate your enthusiasm and your initiative, and I think that uh, I have all the respect in the world for you, but that doesn't change the fact that I think you're nuts, right? But we'll go through all of that. Brian Maynard sent me a $20 super chat. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Oko Oki, I am 64 with terminal cancer. I am so sorry, my brother. I have a 69 Dart heavily modified 440 nitrous 727 3000 stall full cage street strip car. What's the best venue to market it for a fair price? I don't have a direct answer for you for that, but I'm sure in the comments here there are people who are buying and selling and moving stuff. So somebody can help him out. I'm so sorry to hear about your condition, though, man. I hope you had a great one leading up to it. Auto 1303. Tony, what years did the big three start treating body metal to prevent corrosion? Oh God, well, they didn't all do it at the same time. I think Ford started that with the Falcons and the Mustangs. No, I think Ford was the first to start dipping for corrosion protection, but don't quote me on that. But yeah, that started in the 60s. Um, Mexican Spec is saying if the Dart is in nice condition, bring a trailer is bringing good money. I keep hearing about bring a trailer. I'm not familiar with the site. I've never been to it, but it's a very popular site. People are moving a lot of stuff on there. I am not familiar with it. I should be familiar with it. I'm going to get familiar with it. Buff Del Campo. It's the Buff Del Campo. He's alive and well. I thought AMC was the first about 1963. Could quite possibly be. I remember seeing videos. Here's how I know this, right? That was like from the early 60s because I remember seeing videos. It might have been like, oh God. Sometime in the 70s, they had those reel videos, right? Reel to reel, that type of thing, 8mm. And I remember seeing videos about assembly line procedures and how they would dip cars for corrosion protection and so on and so forth. And it was all early 60s stuff. So that's the only indication I have that's what I'm going off of. So it could very well have been AMC. Big Mike's Hootie Barn. Thank you, sir. Here it goes. This is for another gallon of OJ. Get well, sister. Thank you. I've been guzzling the stuff, man. I've been guzzling it. French Onion, Buff worked with Bob Lazar. Well, let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen Buff and Bob Lazar at the same place? No, right? Think about it. Okay? Think about it. You've never seen Buff and Bob Lazar at the same place at the same time. Ryan Davis, Mopar did extensive corrosion protection in the early 60s, full dip stuff. Yeah, it didn't really work though. It didn't really work. They had to, because the unibody car like that, right? You have so many nooks and crannies that you had to do a dip, or you would just have bare metal that would be rusting through within like 2 years, a year or 2 years. So they had to. I wouldn't call it extensive. They maybe they called it extensive rust proofing back then, but man, it was not extensive rust proofing. And the proof of that is how many of those cars don't have frame rails or floors. Alan McElroy, love the content on your channel, Tony. Offering small amount cents, also supporting the Canadian Freedom Convoy. Yes. So, Alan, well, thank you so much for your super chat. I appreciate it. Any size doesn't make any difference. Alan, for anybody who's interested, who isn't familiar with what's going on there, would you just type a quick paragraph and just tell people what that's all about? Because I can't. Okay, so remember, this is YouTube, so there are certain things I can't talk about, right? Okay, I can't scroll back up on this one the way I do. So if it runs through when I do the lives from the shop, I can always go back, but here I can't go back on this. So if I miss your comment or whatever, I can't go back to it. Two Hacks Garage, thank you, sir. Glad to see you doing better. Bob Lazar needs to resurrect the jet-powered Honda with you. Lazar was a jet freak. He raced jet dragsters. It was a jet funny car. No, it was a jet dragster. But he also had a Honda. His regular everyday driver, one that he would drive to work when he worked at Area 51. That was jet powered. He had a jet powered Honda, whatever it was, Accord, Civic. I don't even know what it was, but it was jet powered. Green Auto Technology, motor treatment, ceramic spray applies to every car. I realize that. But like I said, the package came the other day. I've got Mopar Al is supposed to be working on the motor treatment ceramic spray stuff. But it's the carburetor that I'm most, and I think my audience is most interested in. Silver Bell. Tony, what was stopping car manufacturers back in the day from doing something like really simple, like detune an engine for insurance purposes? They did that. And on a lot of engines, like the LS6, they rate what did they rate that at? See, here's the fever kicking in, right? For insurance purposes, they rated it at 460 horsepower 1 year. Then the same exact engine, they rated it at 425 the next, because insurance. And all they did was just take the reading at a lower RPM. So it was they played with that. They messed around with all kinds of numbers and stuff. LS6 450. I'm pretty sure it was 460. 460 is the number that I remember, but you could be right. And they rated it at 425. Right. Right. They rated it a 450 in the vet because the vet was already slammed with insurance surcharges. Like you didn't have to bother with messing around with that. That's right. That was how they did it.
Hey, I'm back.
Oh my God, she's back.
You need help with something?
I need help with something?
Yeah.
Okay, what do I do?
So, it took somebody's super chat, but you didn't get the breakdown. Even with it, Brian Maynard, did you get that?
This
It
one, right?
says, at zero, took my payment, dropped my message. Would UT be interested in me? Ooh, it just jumped on me. Wow. Interested in me bringing, oh, where'd it go? Interested in me bringing a Ford 400 to help rebuild.
Are you local?
Hi, Joe Brennan. Hi, Wendy English. What's up, Logo GTX?
Oh, there it is. UT. Yeah, Brian.
You see it?
Yeah,
Okay.
Brian, when I read to you, are you willing to help build a 400? If I brought it, only if you're local. And when I say local, I mean within like 20 or 30 miles of me. Now we did the Hemi GTX with Andy. That was really tough because of the big periods of time for him to come. And so yes, I'd be interested, but only if you are like super directly local to the Murfreesboro/Nashville area. Jonathan Couchy, thank you for the super chat, my brother. Hi, Tony. Do you know of any differences between the 318 heads, 953 and 163 castings? I found a 163 to be way cleaner with less core shift and smaller valve guide wing. I'm still porting them. No, I mean, honestly, I never really bothered studying the differences in the 318 heads. And remember, the 318 was like brand new to me. I never messed with 318s. You know, I was like everybody else, just take it and throw it away and put something good in there, right? Excuse me. So I have not. What?
You okay?
Oh yeah.
Delirious?
I hiccup. Yes, I'm a little delirious.
I know, I've been watching.
Yeah, I'm a little delirious. It's okay.
Go ahead, finish answering this question.
So yeah, up until until I started doing this channel, the 318 was just something I would throw away. So, and I was very wrong about that, you know, doing that. But I have not delved deeply into the differences in the castings. I don't know them as well as I know the big blocks or the Hemis.
Thank you, Logo GTX. Eric Alzinski, thank you. Hello. All right. Hi, Mr. Wilkes. Yeah, I'm feeling a little better.
You're jumping in and helping.
A little bit, but then I'm going to go back inside because I don't feel good.
I don't feel good either.
I got the sweats.
So do I. I got this.
All of a sudden, I get the sweats. It's not very glamorous for YouTube.
We're at the 48 minute mark here, and I've already been through 3 complete physiological transformations.
I've seen it.
Right, this is great. I'm telling you.
When you freeze, it's pretty funny.
Yeah,
I can't read anything.
we won't leave this one. We won't leave this one up.
Oh no, we won't.
No, we'll be taking this one down right away.
And then there was a point where you were babbling.
Oh, I'll be babbling more before this is over. Trust me, there'll be more babble. I've been through 3 physiological transformations in the last 48 minutes. I don't know what the next one is going to bring.
It's not menopause.
It could be cold sweats. It could be projectile vomiting. This could get ugly. I don't know. We're in uncharted territory here. You know?
Oh my goodness.
Yes, it could be menopause. It could be ultimate menopause.
Do you like Tennessee better than New York, Tony?
Oh God, there's no comparison. There's no comparison.
Oh man.
Have you ever been in jail? Okay, and then you get out of jail, right? And it's like, right? Well, that's exactly the feeling I had when I got to Tennessee. It was just like I got out of jail. It's like, okay, I'm home. This is good. Nobody's gonna hurt me here. I'm safe here. Tennessee. I love Tennessee.
All right, so how long do you think you're gonna go for?
I don't know.
You have a fever right now?
I think I got the sweats. So I think the fever is like going away.
Okay.
I'm a little more coherent, I think.
I don't think so.
I think so. Guys, how am I doing? Am I doing okay?
You're doing okay. Let's see.
We owe it to our Sunday night regulars.
Yeah, I understand that. I know. Buff Del Campo. I think I'm in jail. Are you in jail, Buff?
He's in that secret location.
Oh.
Yeah, of course he's in
He's
jail.
never coming back. I don't think he's coming back.
I don't know if he's coming back or not. Yeah, I wish he would come back.
I know.
We need Buff.
I know. Did you test for COVID?
My kids did.
Kids did, yeah, and
We got it from them, and yeah, it's.
We didn't have to because they went to the doctor. And
Yeah.
tested, so we knew right away.
I let everybody else do the science, and I just sit back and take it all in.
The ones with health insurance, they can go.
Right. They're the ones with health insurance.
Right,
Go ahead, knock yourself out.
YouTube benefits, which is nothing. Let's see.
I'm insured by Mutual of Me.
Right. Jonathan Couchy sent you $10.
Thank you, John.
Can you read it?
Do I have to? All right, I'll do it. I'm also working on a set of 318 poly heads. Ports are generous. Bowls need a lot of work. I still need to do research on the valve size for porting purposes and calculations. Power potential, yes. Well, see, what I looked at on the poly heads is the exhaust port. Is the thickness of the exhaust port's a little restrictive, and this water jacket right there, and it's like I don't know how you could really do any effective porting on the exhaust side of those engines. The intake is beautiful. The exhaust side, I think, is a bit of an issue.
DD Speed Shop says snot-nosed kids always passing around disease.
Oh, that's no lie, man.
Yeah.
That's no lie.
And they were here last Friday, and then the baby got a fever on Saturday, and Crystal was sick on Monday, and then I got it Tuesday.
Yeah, and then I got it
right down the line. John
2 days later. I got it.
Same day as me, then you got sick.
Baby.
Yeah, what do you mean? Apparently, I'm still gonna get everything.
Can I get some coffee?
Really?
Yeah, I need coffee.
I need a vacation. All right. Coffee?
Yeah.
You got it.
See, the voice still works. I told you guys about that.
Baby voice?
Yeah. Baby. You use that soft voice. It plugs right into the female nurturing thing, and they're forced to do whatever you ask them to do.
Yeah.
The grandbabies just level everyone. It's the truth. I love them. You have no idea how much I love them. But it's like every time I see them, it's like, okay, what sickness are you going to leave behind now? Kyle McCoy, thank you, sir. Handle Tony, would you run a boost pressure regulator and eccentrical? Oh God, would you run a boost pressure regulator with a centrifugal supercharger and a carb? I mean, I have to think about that for a second. Would you run a boost pressure regulator with a centrifugal? Well, yes. I mean, okay. Centrifugal superchargers don't. You still need a way to regulate the boost. You still need a way to regulate pressure. So yes, I would. Jason Fitch, children are a virus with shoes. That's a good that's a good way to. Yep, they're a virus with shoes. A wastegate, yes, a wastegate. Again, see, I have fever now, so it's like I'm not as sharp as usually. Thank you, my love.
So
You're awesome. You drug yourself off your deathbed.
I did.
Yeah. You're not gonna read some more?
You really need me to read?
That would be cool.
It would be cool. Oh my goodness. Okay. Mike Batista says, Tony, you need a Chinese turbo car.
You know, that may happen, but let me get through the stuff that I'm working on right now. Right, we have a lot to do this early this year. So let me get past what I'm doing right now, everything we're working on right now, and we'll probably do something with. Let me get through what I'm working on now. Hey, I want to talk about the No Name Nationals, but I don't know what to say about it.
Yeah, I'm blanking out over here. My
You're-
brain is not working. I'm reading comments, but it's just like
All right.
thrown away.
So, all right, well, I talked about the No Name Nationals. Then.
Did you talk about it?
I think so. Is John Wilburn here?
Let's see. No.
There's Zero. I think Zero is the only. I haven't seen Ari. I haven't seen Fubar.
Buff says he'll be there. Very quiet, Tony. Silence.
Yes. Tony, was Grumpy really that good of a driver? Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess he was okay. Now, but he did put other people in his cars. He didn't, so I guess he felt that other people could drive better than he could.
No, Zero says, not sure, boss, just Fubar and I don't think John Wilburn's here.
Okay.
Where's the monkey?
Oh, yeah, John.
He's listening, he says.
Let's give. Let's get your event a plug here, and bring everybody up to speed. What they got to do to get all of that, right? This is great. I'm like,
I think you should tell people that you have COVID and a fever right now.
yeah, for anybody who's just joined us, right? I got the RONA, like hardcore, right? So if I seem like I'm a little off, it's because like I'm a lot off, right? But I'm trying. I'm doing the best I can. Jonathan Couchy, another $10. Thank you, sir. Final 10. Someone cut up a poly head and I download the pics. You can shape the exhaust to help with flow. All the power is in the bowls. There is enough meat to make the port lean. I will have to make. I will have to make vids. Well, honestly, man, I'm very interested in that. I'm very interested in that. Not that I have anything to stick a poly. I don't have anything a poly will fit in, to tell you the truth. But yeah, I'm very interested in that. When you make your videos, definitely we'll share them. We'll share them. Travis Mopar Garage, $10. Thank you, sir. What's up, Tony? I'm on my way to the No Name Nationals. I've been able to grow my channel from 140 to 284 in the past 2 weeks. So hopefully it will keep growing with me, and Copperhead will see you there. So guys, Travis Mopar Garage, he needs another 216 subs so he can make it to the No Name Nationals. So the No Name Nationals, you have to have 500 subs to enter as a competitor. Now, you don't have to have 500 subs to be there. Anybody can go, but if you're going to compete, you have to have 500 subs. So anybody here right now in this audience that is looking for subs, right? He needs subs to get to that 500 goal. Feel free right now to throw your best case out for why people should go and subscribe to your channel.
Yeah, Travis Mopar Garage. That's cool. Mr. Will.
Thank you, Mr. Will.
Tone, what do you think of the low mileage 87 Chrysler Fifth Avenue as a daily? Will changing out the lead burn for a 4-barrel wake up the car a little? Got a lead on a 30,000 original mileage.
Yeah, man. I wouldn't even bother change. Okay, if it's for a daily driver, I wouldn't even bother with the with a 4-barrel. Okay, get rid of that whole lean burn system. Drop a regular conventional distributor in it. Right, gut everything from the lean burn out of there, and then go get. They got these Chinese Amazon carburetors, right? They have the one. Get one from a 72 or earlier, right? 72 or earlier. They're like $80. They're like $80 or $90, whatever it is, right? And just stick that in place of the carburetor. You got a Holly on there now, and it's a terrible freaking carburetor. But a 72 and earlier will bolt right on. A Carter BBD, or even a Stromberg, right? But yeah, an Earl. That's what I would do. And yeah, it's a fantastic daily driver.
Lane says, hey, UT, just want to say I've learned more from watching and listening to your channel. Coronavirus or not, UT at 50% is still better than others at 100%.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that.
My nose is a little stuffed. Two Hats Garage is looking for 500 subs.
Two Hats Garage? Okay.
Yeah,
Two Hats Garage. Need subs. They are under 100. I should do good since I'm at 368 right now. Ford guys need special help. I tell you the truth. I love this because what this has done is it's created a new form of competition. Like in YouTube, it's like the race for subs now. How many of you guys were never really motivated to go out and get subs? Like, oh, I'll make videos and I'll get subs or I won't get subs, right? They just take it like likes a days ago. And like all of a sudden, there's this race for subs. This is beautiful. This is great.
Thank you, Thumper. So does Thumper have his 500 subs?
I think he's at 368.
He's at 368.
He's at 368.
Okay. We'll go over there to Thumper too.
Yeah. So seriously, right? Just anybody who needs subs to come to the No Name Nationals, right? Make your case right here. You don't have to send super chat to do it. Just make your case right here. People will read it in the comments, and they'll you know. And once again, I have to say this every time. I am not in any way, shape, or form associated with the No Name National events. That is strictly John Wilburn and Dallas, right? These guys conceived this thing on their own. They came up with the layout of it, right? The only thing I'm doing is supporting it, right? And it's a great thing to support, and I hope all of you guys help support it also. But yeah, I have nothing to do with it. This was their brainstorm, their brainchild. They've seen it through. I think they've done an amazing job so far. So, but I need to make that clear, right? Because you're going to hear me talking about this event a lot, right? But I have nothing to do with it. Bruce Toth, right? That's the guy. Bruce Toth is the polyhead guy.
Big Mike makes Hoopty Barn at 142, up from 34 2 weeks ago. Already paid the entry fee, help a brother out. But a Big Mike's Hoopty Barn.
Big Mike's Hoopty Barn. What kind of stuff do you do?
Wild Rose Garage too. Let's see. What kind of stuff does he do? Big Mike's Hoopty Barn?
Yeah. So if you're looking for if you're looking for those subs, right? Just tell people real quick, make a paragraph telling people what you cover on their channel, why they want to click on your deal and subscribe. Leaning slant six with a chance of cannonballs.
What?
That's the guy's name.
Okay.
Hey, Tony, I know you're into motorcycles and racing legends. Did you ever hear of or get to meet E.J. Cannonball Baker? This is the dude, I know who he is. This is the dude that had the Coast to Coast Cannonball Run was named after. No, I never met him. But I tell you what, for a while back in the '90s, I was obsessed with the idea of running the iron butt. Which is kind of the same thing. The iron butt has a couple of different configurations, but it's not the Cannonball Baker seat, it's Shining Sea deal. But yeah, for a while I was obsessed with the idea of the. In fact, I even started designing a motorcycle in my head specifically to do the iron butt. It was actually more scooter than motorcycle. It was a combination of motorcycle scooter. But yeah.
Did you see the last Grand National? That's what I brought up to you before. The last Grand National sold for $500,000.
Yeah.
Today. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
I talked about that before.
You did?
Yes, I think all of these survivable cars are going to skyrocket in value. Yeah, the Grand National is computer controlled and all of that, but it's a very simple computer control. It's something that like any 16-year-old kid can rework the computer and make the stuff work. You know what I'm saying? It's the later cars that aren't survivable. So yeah, I could see that going. Tall Garage, thank you, sir. I'm at 33 subs from 12 2 weeks ago. Big gains incoming, I'm sure. Going to start work on a Gen 1 Hemi with individual throttle bodies soon. That sounds interesting.
Tall Garage, go check that out.
Yes, go check out Tall Garage. How tall are you, Tall Garage?
It looks like they might be very tall.
I'm thinking they might be exceedingly
from their
tall.
profile picture, they look pretty tall.
Oh, you see a profile picture?
Well, yeah, see here, you see the car, and then the tall person in front of the car.
Oh, see, I don't get that on here.
Oh, it's just
really tiny.
Yeah, small.
So I'm guessing he's what, about 9 foot?
Something like that.
Oh, he says he's 6'6".
Oh, wow.
Well, that's taller than me, for sure.
Pretty tall.
Yeah.
6'6" is pretty tall. Travis's Mopar Garage says, I'm building a 78 D100 with a 4.8 stroker for the No Name Nationals. Engine swap, wiring, lowering of the truck, and racing and tech. That's what he's running his job.
Well, there you go. Okay, so Dodge truck stuff, small block stuff. If you're into any of that, right? Yeah. Travis Mopar Garage. All right, look, I'm trying. I'm doing the best I can.
So am I.
But you're laughing at me.
I have to laugh.
You're mocking me.
I'm not mocking you.
I know. There you go, Tall Garage. You just picked up another sub.
Paul Shea says, just turned my TV on and there you are, Uncle Tony. How are you guys?
Pretty good.
We're live.
It's scary to think you're on somebody's TV. I like to think
right.
I like to think that I'm on your phone.
You're on the TV,
But
because it's on in our own living room.
Yeah, I know it's weird.
It's really weird. Kyle.
Oh, sorry. I meant to say boost reference fuel pressure regulator with a centrifugal. Yes, you need to have that. So you're running a mechanical fuel pump. So in order for the fuel pump to be able to overcome the pressure it needs to be boost referenced. And the way you do that is every mechanical fuel pump has got a vent hole in it, and all you're doing with this now is you're gonna screw in a fitting. You have to tap it, right? You screw in a fitting, right? And run a vacuum line, a pressure line, a vacuum line from the fuel pump to the pressurized side of the intake system. This way, as boost comes up, it equalizes the pressure of the fuel being pumped.
Mexican Spec is out there subbing to everybody.
Mexican Spec he's like a submachine. Hemi Head 68, thank you, sir. Wishing you and your family well. Thank you.
You guys don't get sick. But like I've heard that everybody's getting sick.
Yeah, this is like
He's like it's
everybody's going to get this.
Yeah.
Everybody is going to get this. It's that simple. Just take it for granted. You're going to get this.
So.
Necromancer Garage.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Check out the 1991 Talon TSI on ecomodders.org. Might be interesting to see. Message deleted by
I
Fubar.
think that was an accident. Uh-oh. I think that was an accident.
I don't know. Okay, Kate. That's okay, Fubar.
Yeah, sometimes stuff jumps and you go to delete something else. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Necromancer Garage. Could you don't send another super chat?
Yeah, just write down.
But just write down, just copy that, and so, yeah, I'm so sorry about that. It just happens sometimes.
Ecomoder. That's where I found the guy looking for your Mustang.
Ecomoder.
Yep, they were talking to each other on Ecomoder, and they were looking for your Mustang.
That's right. I remember you showing me that. That's about 10 years ago, right?
At least, yeah. At least.
Philip Calderon. What was the reason for car companies to make big blocks? We that's a good question, right? Not that I don't know what the answer is, but that is a good question. It's like, why did they feel the necessity for a quote a big block? The short answer is, in the 1950s, everything was a very small bore, right? To get that muscle car feel, okay? When I say muscle car, to get the performance feel, the bigger bore gives a harder punch early on in the power stroke. So obviously, you're talking about an expanding mass this big as opposed to an expanding mass that big. Which one is going to give a harder push on the crank at a smaller throttle opening? So for feel, they started to make cars feel punchier, more responsive. They went to the bigger bore, and in order to get the bigger bore, you had to increase the bore spacing between the cylinders. And the only way to do that is to make a bigger block.
You read his message down here. I'm looking. You don't remember what it said, right?
No.
Necromancer Garage. Rewrite your message.
Gas was cheap, cars weighed a ton. Alan McElroy, thank you, sir. Hey, Tony, you were asking. The Canadian Freedom Convoy is peacefully protesting crazy COVID mandates, many driving from BC to Ottawa Parliament with thousands of rigs. I was there Saturday, and a local cop guessed 2 or 3 million foot support. Nice. Let me tell you something. The truckers are the most important people on the planet. Without the truckers, nothing happens, right? Mechanics are the most important people on the planet because mechanics keep everything rolling, right? But the truckers, second most important people on the planet because they get everything to where it's got to be. If there were no trucks, done, right? And the truckers are finally organizing and using some of the power that they have. And I think that's awesome.
Yes, Necromancer Garage. Third time is a charm. Yes, I couldn't find the second time you wrote it. Yeah, I don't see it. I've been looking for it, but if you want to write it one more time, that'd be great. Sorry, it got deleted by accident. What? She's gonna write it and you're missing it. That's why I'm
Deborah Miorgan, without trains and trucks, we are back in the Stone Age. That's trains not as important as they were at one point. It's still very important, but trucks, literally, like, I mean, your life comes to you on a truck, right? Look at everything except the skin that you're wearing came to you via a truck, right? It's that simple. Alan McElroy, correction, GoFundMe is at 9 million. Nice. So this trucker group has a GoFundMe because they got to pay for fuel, and of course they're timed down. They're not making money if they're in this convoy. So yeah, I mean, support, definitely support.
Jimmy Hoffa. Okay. Watch, I'm gonna miss this thing again. You didn't write. All right.
Hemi Head 68. Trains carry 40% of intercity freight commodities. I didn't realize the percentage was that high. The government tried to seize said funds. What are you doing?
I'm humming.
She's humming.
Humming means that like you probably shouldn't start talking about.
Well.
Yeah, well.
Well.
Yeah. Or on YouTube. Let's see. All right, so he didn't write it again, so I don't know. Don't forget forklift operators, right? Yep.
Yes.
Yes. Absolutely.
Well, forklifts are a form of truck.
Forklift operators, he said.
So we have to dance around certain things. Like there are certain things we can't talk about, if we intend on actually staying on YouTube. But that doesn't stop you guys from talking about it in the comments. So, by all means, knock yourselves out. But there are certain things that I really have to be careful of because the YouTube listens to every word, right? Every phrase, it all goes through a computer and it gets flagged. And if you get flagged too many times, you get shadow banned. And so that's why we have to be very careful of how we phrase things that we talk about, and so on and so forth. But again, see, that doesn't stop you from talking about these things in the comments, and I generally very much agree with everything that, you guys.
What's up, Jason T? Here, Necromancer Garage. Lets me try for the 5th time.
Okay.
On the EcoModders website, there's a post about a 1991 Talon TSI that a guy modified to get almost 15 miles per gallon and somewhere above 400
horsepower. Wheel horsepower.
Yeah. It's incredible.
Well, I'm sure you're talking about a turbocharged car, and when you throw in the variable of a turbocharger, there's many things that can be done, right? Normally aspirated. To try to get crazy gas mileage and power normally aspirated, to try to get the combination of crazy gas mileage and usable horsepower normally aspirated is like, it's a dead end. It just ain't going to happen. But when you throw a turbocharger into the mix, there's a lot of things that can be done to optimize, part throttle cruise and wide open throttle. Joseph Giannini, anyone can make a video stating mile per gallon. I would like to see a real test, fuel drained and measured before and after. Well, that's why Joseph, that's why when we did the video on when we were testing that vapor system that the guy sent, that's why we used that auxiliary fuel can, right? And we filled it to where it was overflowing the top, right? And ran it until it was empty, until it ran out of gas. For exactly that reason. It's like, well, here's this exact finite amount of gasoline that we're going to use on both tests. So yeah, I mean, I didn't have to measure the gas. Measuring the gas is pointless. Completely overfilled to the top and completely empty. I mean, do you really care what the numbers is? How much what the actual amount of gas? No, all you have to know is it was completely, absolutely full to the top, and then it was completely empty to where the engine wouldn't run anymore.
Necromancer Russ says you'll have to check it out. He did hot air injection with 30-to-1 lean burn on it. I know nothing about it. Have you watched The King of the Hammer Racing?
I have not.
FF says, hope you guys feel better. My wife and I have had another round. School is dealing with it, getting better now, though. Yeah, I'm sure everybody's getting it.
Yeah, this is our second time around. We had it when it was brand new.
Well, this is different. It's not the same.
This is different. Yeah, this is definitely different.
Let's see. I can't read some of these. Let's see. Joe Brennan, how do vacuum and mechanical secondaries differ in practicality as far as tuning and eliminating lean spots?
Oh, what was that? Wait, read that again?
Okay, I gotta find it again. Hang on. How do vacuum and mechanical secondaries differ in practicality as far as tuning and eliminating lean spots?
If you've got a properly set up double pump carburetor, you're not going to find a lean spot. The vacuum secondary is nice. It brings in the power smoothly, but there is a tuning issue. To get them to open smoothly, where you want them to open, how fast you want them to open, because it's not only the opening point, but the rate of opening, and that's why they have different springs and different modifications. Drilling this passage, taking a check bowl out, blah 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 blah. But the vacuum secondary carburetor brings in a bunch of tuning variables that you don't have on a mechanical secondary.
They're talking about other things, not car things.
That's right. Let them talk about those things.
Hey, Tony, do you still have your charger? Yes.
There's 66 yet.
Yes.
There was a 67. What is it? 67.
It was 66 interior.
It's a mix
Right,
of 66 and 67.
We're gonna take it to the shop
Yes,
because it needs to have the whole interior taken apart.
I know.
Nice shirt, UTG. He has a bunch of them. He doesn't wear them.
I needed to wear this because I got the chills.
It's a chills. He's sick. We're both sick. What's up, Olive?
Hello.
Mr. Will. And I think people are focusing too much on maximizing mile per gallon. A car or SUV that gets 25 miles per gallon all around driving isn't enough to live in the world today, just my opinion.
Oh, I agree with you 100%. The thing is, like everything else having to do with cars, it becomes a gas mileage dick swinging contest. I was like, oh, you got 32 miles to the gallon, I get 36 miles to the gallon, right? So it's like any other it's like any other competition in the world of cars. My car shines more than your car does. My car's got bigger wheels than your car has. My car gets better gas mileage. It's just part of the competition that is the nature of cars.
Did you buy the red bike?
No, the motor was locked up. I didn't want to deal with it.
Do you have to smooth that?
Yes. Why?
Because I want to smell it.
Oh God! Can I just take a drag? I'm gonna put it out.
I'm a tyrannical non.
I just saw a super chat. What was that? Oh man, I got the sweats.
Dan's Garage. Thank you, Dan. Sitting at 49 subs. 302 engine build in the kitchen. 65 Mustang project. Back-to-back testing. And taking our fruits of flavor to the No Name Nationals. Dan's Garage. He needs a lot of subs.
How many does he need?
He's got 49 subs right now.
Oh, come on. Dan's Garage. Let's show Dan's Garage some love here.
Yeah, Dan's Garage needs some subs. Go over there and check them out. Let's see. I really have a hard time breathing.
All right, okay,
My
okay.
nose is stuffed,
All right,
so that's
okay.
making it worse. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, it's okay.
Yeah, I'm beginning to annoy
No, I
you.
know. That's all right. No,
Stop
you're
smoking.
good. You're good. You're good.
They're gonna be like, she's such a pain in the butt.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
Word for the road, look, Tony, the only guy I know with the RONA is smoking a cigarette. Yeah, you know. When will Too Many Bikes launch? Excited to see the new channel.
Soon. We're just trying to. There's just so many things going on.
I gotta work on the logo and everything.
Yeah, soon.
I've been working on it. So, but then I got sick. Thank you, Don English. I jumped 20 subs. Oh, awesome. Travis is Mopar Garage.
There you go.
20 subs. Excellent.
The power of UTG.
No, it's the power of our viewers that go over there and actually hit the subscribe button.
It's our community. It's the UTG community.
Yeah. Let's see. Paul Shea just subscribed to Dan. Awesome. Drowning the COVID in smoke. Great. You put that out, right?
Yeah, I put it out.
Okay. She's so annoying. She tells him what to do. I can't breathe. My nose is stuffed. Anthony Perna wants to know how we're feeling. We're alive.
We're alive. Don't tread on me, flags. Gadsden flag? I don't have one. I should have one. Why don't we have a Gadsden flag?
Do you want one?
Of course I want one.
Okay.
How could I not want a Gadsden flag?
Dirty Knobs says, Dirty Knobs Garage needs subs, please.
We need a Jolly Roger,
Go
too.
to Dirty Knobs Garage and take a look at their channel and sub. Are you going to the No Name Nationals, Dirty Knobs? Let's see. Two Hacks Garage jumped 17 subs. Awesome. Uncle Big Bag wants to know who else needs subs. He's on a subscribe kick. All right. Awesome. That's good. Let's see. Okay, Susan says, back to the vaporized gas mileage discussion. I've made 30 miles per gallon highway with a stock 85 Caprice with a 350 and stick, 308 gears. I'm not impressed with 35 mile per gallon with a Camaro with all that work.
And I bet yours can go up hills, too. Let's see. You're a Dodge guy. Do up a K car turbo. I would if they were more available. Like there's no supply of parts for the 2.2 or the 2.5. You know what I mean? It's like it's an obscure little blip that just passed through automotive history. There's just a handful of them out there. So it's like if I could, it's much easier to build a 440 than it is or a 318 or a slant 6 than mess with a 2.2 because you can't get parts for those things. There's no aftermarket support for them at all. So it's like that's why I don't bother with it.
Tony needs to sort the bottle rocket out.
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
You know the track's opening on February 6th.
February 6th.
Yeah, Music City.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I saw it yesterday. February 6th. Still gonna be cold though.
Yes. This is the new and improved version of Corona. Yes, it is. It's way different. It's way different.
Philip, do longer rods make more torque? Is that why big blocks have taller deck height?
No, shorter rods make torque, and it depends on the RPM range of the motor. Generally speaking, shorter rods give you more angularity, which means that the rod is leaning into the direction of crankshaft rotation sooner in the power stroke. So a shorter rod ratio, a shorter rod, will give you more bottom end mid-range torque. That's another. See, okay, you go back to this offset pin thing and these freaking ding dongs over there at Engine Masters, and they're like, oh no, long rod, short rod doesn't make any difference. It makes the same power, but it's because of the way it's being tested. It's being tested at a steady state RPM. So the dyno is allowing the engine to go to the next, and it's taking power readings at a predetermined level, as opposed to the type of dyno that lets the motor loose, in which case you would see a drastic difference between a long rod and a short rod motor. So it's like, yeah, God, the longer rod, higher RPM, shorter rod, lower RPM, more torque because of increased angularity.
Mike Lynch, I think he has a Beagle or a Basset Hound for a profile picture.
Oh.
He says, choice between building a 5.9 Magnum or a 3.3 for bracket racing. Which way would you go?
Go with the Magnum. Go with the Magnum. Just the simple fact that it comes right from the get-go with a roller cam. Just go with the Magnum. Make life easy for yourself.
Can you stuff a slant six in a crossfire?
Oh God, are there any of those cars left? I thought they crushed the last of them like 2 years ago.
Chris Greenaway says, UTG, how is Bottle Rocket going to beat Casper?
Mojo.
Vince Rencho, hello from New Jersey. You look like you feel better. Do you feel better? You're a little pasty.
I'm a little pasty, yeah.
I'm pasty too.
I'm sweating. I got the sweats and the chills and the roaming muscle ache. It just goes all over the place.
Stomach doesn't bother you, though.
My stomach doesn't bother me even a little bit.
Killing me.
Yeah, if you haven't gotten this version of the RONA yet, oh, just wait, okay? Just wait. You ain't seen nothing yet.
I kept trying to tell you it was bad.
She kept trying to tell me how bad it was. And I was like, nah, you're being dramatic, right? You're playing it up for effect. Oh, no. 24 hours, right? It was 24 hours of, oh my God.
You were standing outside my door like, why would she get up? We're going to shoot video. You were sulking.
I wasn't sulking. No. Well, I'm telling you, man. It was like, okay, so Friday I was working with Al. We were working on sleigh camera, and I was doing body work. I've married that quarter panel. Because me and that quarter panel are just like, we're like this now, right? And I'm doing a body work, and I'm telling Al, stay away from me, man. And he did. He kept a good 6 feet away. Right? I said, stay away from me.
He's going to get it.
I hope not.
No, it's going to be your fault.
So I kept telling him, stay away from me, right? And I guess it was about 1 o'clock or so Friday afternoon. I was like, I can't go any further because I start to get a fever, and it's just like, you're done, all right? So I said, I'm gonna go home. So I was just feeling run down for the rest of that day, okay? But then Saturday, right? Yesterday, oh my God, we're talking about like the most drastic back/kidney pain I've ever. It was crazy, and the fever was just crazy. It was crazy. It was like, okay, any more than this, and I'm dead. Okay, I'm just dead. And in fact, you get to the point of sick where you're just like, oh, dead will fix this? Fine. I'm good with that. Okay? You think I'm...
like that too. I was like, I'm good.
Right, exactly, yeah. I've had a great life.
I think I even said, tell everybody I love
I swear to God, I was like, yeah, Dad, if that'll fix this, I won't feel. Yep, I'm good. Let's go. Right?
We had 68. Thank you. Have you ever entered any smash up derbies?
No, I don't have the heart for that. I have too much empathy for cars. Even the ones I hate, I don't really want to see all like, no, I don't have the heart for that.
One for the road. Thank you. Shameless self promotion. I have a Reliant K coupe that is in mint and have a 2.2 turbo stage 3. This is the 16 valve Lotus head engine that came in the Sprint RT.
I'm familiar with it.
On my channel. My finish for No Name Nationals.
Absolutely, that would be awesome.
Go check out One for the Road, everybody.
One for the road, you K car guys. One for the road. So
give him a sub.
Yeah, definitely, it's almost up. So how is the aftermarket parts availability for that thing? If you're going to build a 2.2, right, or 2.5, you're going to build how is the parts availability for that thing? Like, okay, so you build one and you scatter it, all right? What does it take to put it back together again? See, to me, that's the sticking point. Yeah, I can go get a engine. I can find gaskets to put it together, and blah blah blah. But you scatter this thing, and you have to start fresh. What do you have to do to? Does that make any sense?
Torino Elite says, "Hey from UK. Hope you and your family feel better soon. Thank you."
Thank you.
Woods the Road says engine parts are easy. Tiny pieces are a pain in the ass.
Okay, so define that. How do you mean tiny pieces? Like in my mind, it's like you need a distributor, right? Can you still get one at an auto parts store? Can you still get a distributor cap for the damn thing at an auto parts? Because there's a lot of stuff from that era that from the 80s. There were 40-year-old economy cars. It's like, can you still get the small things that you need to you know what I mean? Sensors, etc., are hard to find. Helen McElroy also told me the trucks were honking their horns all the time. What a symphony. And love the dually support vehicles. Roll some coal. Who cares if it's minus 30 degrees?
Oh, jeez.
Well, at that 30 degrees centigrade. Which is still freaking cold. And R32 is their 0.
Right. 2X Garage, my search ain't finding you. I'm going to put up the link for 2X Garage.
I put this back out so I don't kill Uncle Kathy.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that, Tony.
No, that's no problem.
It's
the least I could do. And I've carefully calculated what the least thing would be that I could do.
You could do it.
Right. As it turns out, that was it.
No, you never entered any smash up derbies. You entered that, right?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
Uh-oh.
What?
I slipped out of gear.
Yeah, no, me too. Are you feeling better now, Tony? I think you probably need a nap.
Yeah, I do.
Are people still giving away 318s?
Yeah, as far as I know, yeah, they're still come and get it, right?
Okay, an Inspector Business says if you want to find the channels looking for subscribers, type in No Name Nationals. And likewise, if you need subscribers, tag the title with No Name Nationals. That's a very good idea.
It is a good idea.
That way, people can find your video and then go sub to your channel.
I tell you, man,
Inspector Business is a smarty.
I am proud of what these guys come up with. This is great. I mean, I doing this for 4 years now. This YouTube thing, and it's like I've never seen so much enthusiasm.
3 years.
3 years? 3 years? No, three. Well, 3.5 years. We started in September 18. We started in September 2018.
Did we?
Yeah, 19, 20, 21, 22. So yeah, we were doing this for 3.5 years. Regardless, I've never seen so much enthusiasm for a thing, an event, or it's these guys came up with a real winner here.
You don't think that we have the Rona? I think you hit the jack and crack. What?
What was that?
No, we're actually sick. That's nice of you, though. Let's see. Watching so many new videos, it's hard to keep up. Well, I think a lot of people are going to show up there, right?
Say that again, man?
To the No Name Nationals. How many people do you think are going to show up?
I think it's going to be a turnaway crowd.
You think so?
I think so. I think it's going to be huge.
But if they registered.
Wow, wait, I just learned something new here.
What?
If this is true, I guess it's true.
What?
Celsius 0 is when fresh water freezes, right? And Celsius Fahrenheit is when salt water freezes. I never knew that. Oh, wow. Okay. See? Facts.
Uh-huh.
Trivia.
Yes. Trivia.
Okay, Fubar is posting links to all of these guys' channels that are looking for subs for the No Name Nationals.
Buff is going to be there.
Buff is going to be there. The one and
I
only.
wish I could race.
But you can. Why not?
Because I'd have to drive another car.
When do you have to drive another car?
But I would have to drive another car there.
So?
It's too much, and I got to take video. It's too much.
Yeah, that's why you got the GoPro. I could video you.
No, it's all right. It's all right. It should be fun, though. Although it depends. There's like some people I like to race.
What was that?
No, nothing. I'm mumbling to myself. There's some people I like to race, but.
I'm sure there'll be a few ass hats there.
Yeah, I know. Let's see. I
Douglas-
resemble that remark Billy Bob Holcomb says.
Douglas Shriver is saying the No Name Nationals could be the greatest drag race event of this century. I mean, I'm telling you, it could very well be. This, I mean, you think about this, right? This is. They've only announced this like 3 weeks ago, a month ago. There's already a huge amount of interest. They still have all of these months to go. I can only imagine how. I'm telling you, I think it's going to be a turnaway crowd. If you guys want tickets, if you want to make sure you've got it, go get it now, right? Because I'm telling you, the track is they're going to have a maximum capacity. I don't know what the maximum capacity is, but I know we'll exceed it.
If I want to race,
Huh?
I was like, if I want to race,
Yeah.
do I have to start my own channel? I would, right?
Yeah, because we're already.
I'm gonna start my own channel.
Oh wait, no, I have something for you.
Yeah, what?
I'll tell you afterwards because I don't want to give it away here.
Okay.
Um,
One for the road. I'm not sure how to post a link while on my phone. What, a link to your channel? One for the road?
John Wilburn is putting up the link on where to register for the No Name Nationals.
Dogs eating cheese for the No Name Nationals.
No, I have a thing for you.
Oh, yeah? What is it?
You'll see.
Is it work or is it fun?
It's fun.
Oh, okay. Anybody's convoy?
Gary White, hey Tony, is there any difference in getting brake rotors from Napa or getting the cheap ones on eBay? I think they all come from the same factory. It's the same 9-year-old girl who makes them. No, seriously, it's the same barefoot 9-year-old girl being surrounded by chickens and stuff like that running around. That's making them. It doesn't make any difference where you buy them from. It's all the same.
Big Mike Hoopty's barn is registered. Zero says hashtag No Name Nationals with guest appearances like UTG. Bennett got himself a pit bike. Andy has a monkey. I saw Andy riding his monkey.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's got to be a sight.
It's funny. It's such a little bike.
One for the road. You think that's funny? That the 9-year-old girl surrounded by chickens. You think that's funny? Watch the videos of these factories in like Pakistan and stuff like that. That's exactly what it is.
You gotta sing the national anthem.
Yeah, I am singing the national anthem at the No Names.
You're talking about Andy's monkey.
And yeah, the monkey bike is hilarious.
So is the monkey bike thing a drag race?
Yes.
It is.
Yeah.
So it's not like monkey bike stunts.
No.
No, it's a drag race.
It's a drag race.
Okay, because I didn't know those guys are going to do stunts.
No.
Okay.
It's a drag race.
You know, I'm very late. I could probably beat them all.
I know that. We'll talk after the show is over. Billy Bob Holcomb, that 7-year-old in Bangladesh always gets my shoe size wrong. She was just saying that. She was just talking about that. How shoe sizes don't mean anything anymore.
They don't.
It's like it's just an arbitrary number you stick on the box. Let's see. Brian Cabral will be handing out free toothbrushes for the dental hygiene awareness. Somebody needs to tell that fucking guy that he can go to the VA and I'll give him teeth.
Don't worry about it.
The Screaming Seaman. Hey, you minty mother chugger, do you know Sleeper Dude? I don't think so. Darwin Foster, my 11-year-old grandson would be awesome on your monkey bike. Well, yeah, except that there's a 230-pound minimum weight. so bike and rider. So he's probably gonna be too late.
I can make teeth out of Bondo.
You probably could. John Wilbur is saying we will have a roped off troll seating area at the Nationals. We'll interview any trolls who sit in it. No, I seriously,
We'll interview any trolls that sit in it.
I seriously want this Brian Cabral guy to be
He's
an
not
announcer.
gonna go anywhere.
No, we'll pay for it. I'll pay for it.
Anywhere.
What's
He
that?
won't do anything. He won't do anything.
I think that we can raise enough money here.
Yeah, but he won't do anything. He won't do anything.
I think we can make it so that he can't pass it up.
Oh, he passed up the whole thing about like $1,000 for charity. He passed that. He won't even come online. He's not leaving his house.
I'll leave her mom's basement.
Right, he's not leaving the basement. You can't block anybody in public.
Okay, Screaming Seaman. Sleeper Dude is another car YouTuber in Tennessee. The Hot Rod Hoarder is friends with him. That's why I asked.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're in a whole different area of Tennessee. Like they're about 2 hours from here. Tennessee's a big state, so they're about an hour and a half, 2 hours from here. So I don't. I'd like to get back together. I know he's got some more neat stuff there. I'd like to get back together again with him sometime within the reasonable future.
A little West Coast fishing adventures. That sounds nice, doesn't it? Would you like to take a fishing adventure?
No.
No?
No.
Takes all day to drive across Tennessee. Yeah, like everything's like 3 hours away.
It seems like it, right? We're 420 or 430 miles from end to end. It's not bad north to south, but east to west is crazy. And we're like where we are, we're like the exact geographic center of Tennessee.
Kyle Teal says, has anybody called out the cars and cameras crew for the mini bike race? I don't know.
Not that I know of. We've already been called out for that. But we're gonna be responding under the bike channel.
Tony Dobbs sent $2. Thank you, Brian Cabral. Free trip to China. Thank you.
I want him to announce that.
He's not going to announce anything. I feel bad for people that are just tuning in, like new viewers, and they don't even know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, who is Brian Cabral?
Well, we don't get many new viewers on these things. It's our usual crowd. JB Weld would make nicer teeth than Bondo. Yeah, you're right.
Oh. Sid says, my son does not care 1 minute about cars. Yeah, they all don't. It happens.
UTG is very different between the 3 Welsh plug and 5 Welsh plug slant sixes. The later ones are thinner cast. 81 to 8. That's the with the 3 freeze plugs. They're much thinner cast. The block itself weighs like 20 pounds less than the earlier block.
Cheddar cheese cubes. Oh,
What's that?
Goodness. No, nothing.
Cheddar cheese cubes.
Cabral will rename his channel to the Cabral Nationals. Oh my goodness. Tony, Mexican Spec wants to know how many call outs have you gotten?
A couple. But like I said, I'm locked in with Andy and Casper. So and I'm throwing 100% at that race. So I don't have time to play around with anything else.
Oh, funny. What about Bennett's? Sean Fagan is asking.
What about what?
Bennett's.
Yeah, but we're gonna be doing that on our bike channel.
Mr. Will says Lunar Garage seems to like he really wants to race you, Tony.
Well, I mean, lots of people want lots of things. I mean, I want some things.
Right. What's the economy like in Tennessee? Jobs?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's booming
It's
here.
actually very good.
It's booming here. There's
Very
construction everywhere.
Very
It's
fortunate we have the economy that we do here. What's up, Blake Gaddis? Stuff with Cletus Automotive. I'm not gonna race, just gonna show who's gonna win the Stuff with Cletus trophy. I don't know. Is Vice Grip in this race? I don't know.
I have no idea.
Let's see. Bob Bump says, best wishes, brother. Get well. Keep on keeping on. I'll stay tuned. You ready for a nap, Tony?
Almost. I didn't think I was gonna last this long.
It's because I'm helping you.
Yeah, it's true. I'll give you that.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. Tyson's is hiring? Yeah. Mo Probman is laughing at that. There's the Tyson's.
We have Tyson's farms everywhere here.
We have a lot of stuff. We're getting like the biggest sports complex in the existence of the United States.
Yeah.
It's like a $350 million sports complex in Murfreesboro.
Taco Bell is hiring. Yeah, they are. Let's see.
John G says, thanks for the videos, guys. Hope you feel better.
The wrench. I'll have to listen tomorrow to the whole live while I'm in the garage. We're taking this one down.
Yeah, because Tony was talking about things he shouldn't have been talking about.
Well, that's besides the point. That's besides.
Okay.
I've been going through phases where I'm babbling and I still got a fever, so it's like, you know what I mean. I come and go in and out of like, you know, lucid. This is like, you know, no, we're gonna take this. We'll take this one down, you know, tonight.
Perfect time for the Oldsmobile story, Tony. They forget nothing.
No, you get nothing.
Forget nothing.
Let's see.
Orange says, I listen to all your content over and over. It's way better than Pandora. Oh, that's nice. Thank you.
Thank you. A fever is always cheaper than LSD.
Thank you, Zero. Zero says, get better to Fatal Family. So, I just wanted to talk about one thing before we go.
Yes.
That thing that you shot on your phone the other day.
Yes.
It was a terrible video.
Yes.
In my fever and stupor, I was yelling at you about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You made me get up and edit that. I had a fever.
So the other day,
I was sick.
Right. I put my phone. I got a new phone. My old phone wouldn't take videos. It was terrible. So
You should show people your old phone.
I don't think I even have it
You
anymore.
don't have it? Crazy.
Where is it?
I know.
So my old phone was like so mangled it wouldn't take videos or do anything like that. So I got this new one the other day, and I shot that video using the phone on the tripod. and she's mortified by the results. I worked so hard to make this channel look good, and you use that shit.
It's true. I had like 103 fever, and he made me get up and edit it. And I'm like, oh my God, what are you doing? It's horrible. So I'm really embarrassed by it, but I'm gonna get back on it, and you're not allowed to do that anymore.
I'm gonna work on that.
Do not work on that. Do not use that anymore.
I'm gonna work on
I
it
have
because
a GoPro you can use.
oh God, but I'm not always carrying a GoPro.
Guys, tell him that phone was not acceptable. Is that white looks cloudy? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Well, the lighting was really weird too. I hung an LED
The sound was terrible.
bar over the hood.
Fuzzy. It was
Yeah.
like a VHS tape, somebody said.
Yeah, potato vision.
Potato vision, right?
Search, hey Tony, what would you do to install a water temp gauge on a car that doesn't have one? On a 66 Newport, is there something OEM or should I be looking at in the aftermarket? A water temp gauge, it should have a temp gauge. The 66 Newport has a water temperature gauge. I mean, if it doesn't work and you don't want to screw around with it, then just get a mechanical gauge and like hang it under the dashboard.
Doug's maintenance shop is asking, what camera you recommend for a budding YouTuber? GoPro 8? I had bought a GoPro 8 brand new and I had to take it back to the store because it has problems with the batteries. They don't stay charged. So I kind of don't recommend a GoPro 8. But the Canon that we use is really good, the M50. And that's a relatively cheap camera, like same price as a GoPro. Potato Pro camera, right, Zero. The Tony uses. Potato Pro. Brought to you by Potato Vision. Falconer Jones sent $1.99. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, I think we're gonna wrap it up at this point because I really need to go sit down and just like.
Yes, Canon M50. M as in Mary, 50. It's a good, cheap camera. That's what I use here. I'll show it to you.
I look like I saw a ghost. I'm pale, right?
You're pasty.
I'm pasty. Oh, God.
Let me just show him the camera. Ooh, I'm dizzy. Ooh, blurry. Okay.
Allison, some rest seems well indicated. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so Canon. Can you see it? Canon. EOS. Oh, you can't see it because it's blocked. It's an EOS M50. And I just have a cage on it, but see. That's it. And this mic works great. And here's where Tony burned it with a torch. I was filming and see, there's like nothing there. It's all like burnt off.
That's what I have to face every time.
That's what you have to face?
Yeah.
This camera has paid for itself, I don't know how many times over.
That's the truth.
Great camera for the price.
All right. So guys, we're gonna pack it in, right? As always, our awesome mods, Ari, John, Fubar Zero, thank you. Everybody who contributed super chat, thank you so much. We appreciate every penny. It all adds up. It all keeps the wheels turning. Everybody contributed with just good conversation, your presence on the best automotive community in all of YouTube. I defy our automotive community could take any other automotive community on YouTube. Period. The end. We are the best. And that's it, right? No name nationals, right? John Wilburn, John, we'll just go to John. I can't even think anymore. I'm so done with now. Okay, I gotta go lay down. I gotta take some more stuff and go lay down. So, guys, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we'll be back at it. I don't know, another day or two. We'll be back and making videos. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Good night, all.
Good night.